Now, are you still dancing with your lovely man, Joe?
Oh,
are you two still dancing together?
Yes, we are. He puts his little ballroom frame up almost every day. It's getting better.
It's getting better. He's very good.
Oh, he actually is very good. I would love to actually do a proper competition with him, see how he goes.
Now, obviously, he was the best that you were with, of course. But is there anybody that you would love to dance with on Strictly? Is there somebody like... I mean, you know, sky's the limit. Who would it be? Who would be the person?
OK, I always say Hugh Jackman would be a dream come true.
Wouldn't he? Although he would have an advantage because he's a singing and dancing man.
Oh, I know,
he's a
but
triple threat.
I mean, that's fine.
Do you know what I would do, Strictly, if I could get there? You are.
Oh, my gosh, look at that. Don't we just look great?
You look really good together.
Strictly 2023,
sorry
sorted.
to Joe, so it's fine. But look,
surely I've got to lift the glitter ball with you.
I would.
Surely.
Listen, I'd be there with you. Look at that. Look how you can do that with your feet, though. I'd be in the hospital.
Oh, that's photoshopped, no.
It is not. Now, look, we did talk about moving, move yourself happy. And one of the ways to do that, you said, is just put your favourite song on in the kitchen.
Yes.
And just dance.
Exactly. So simple.
Exactly.
So simple. No one needs to be watching you, or many people can be watching you, it doesn't really matter. But, yeah, put your favourite track on and, you know, while you put your toast in the toaster, while you make your coffee, just have a little boogie.
Well, look, there's somebody over there that you might know.
Kitchen disco.
It's your Tyler.
Little kitchen disco. Little kitchen break. This is it. This is it. Come over. Let's do a kitchen disco.
Let's get some music on and get in the kitchen. Get in the kitchen and put a big tune on. Nice and loud.
Yeah, there you go.
DJing over here. DJing on the pancake.
On the board.
Oh, I like this.
What's
This is what to do today. Go in your kitchen, dance to your favourite song. Diane's book, Move Yourself Happy's out now. And we are back with Ross. How are you now? You've written the book after we saw the documentary. Did you always want to write your memoir in your words?
I always did, but I just felt that now was the perfect time.
Right.
I finally know myself more than ever.
Because there's been... A lot of people have made an awful lot of money off the back of you, whether it's videos, photographs, writing about you. So for you to actually say, this is my story, this is what happened, this is the truth. So that's very important, isn't it?
Definitely. I feel that the media has really controlled my narrative for over 2 decades now.
Sure.
And now it's time to hear from the source.
When I was reading it, I was really interested because I didn't know that you had ADHD. I had no idea. And other problems that you've had. It kind of makes sense now, you know, and does it make sense to you as well when you look back?
Definitely. Just knowing all I know now, and after studying ADHD for so long, I just see so many reasons why I was the way I was.
You talk about it in the book, Paris. You get sent to this really strict school.
Yeah.
I mean, I know the regime has changed since you were there. You know, they've said that. You can understand some schools are stricter than others. You know, even here in the UK, there are some very strict schools, if you want to put it like that. But this went way beyond that, didn't it?
This went way beyond anything. The way they were so abusive, physically, emotionally, verbally, sexually. It was terrifying. It was a living nightmare.
And I know by speaking out, an awful lot of other people then talked about their experiences as well. Yes. So you have helped a lot of people in that situation.
It's definitely made so much impact.
I know, and I don't think people realise that because they just see, oh, there's the girl who's got it all. You're a golden girl, you know, and they don't know how you got here.
Don't judge a book by its cover.
Absolutely not. And there seems to be a sort of sisterhood. Obviously, you and Nicole, that you did the series with, The Simple Life, you're really good mates. Yeah. You were really good mates doing that. That was groundbreaking, wasn't it? I mean, that was...
amazing.
We didn't realise it at the time, but, you know, you think of all the other shows that came after that.
It really was. We're the OGs, and this is... amazing just to see so many people inspired by it and really creating a new genre of celebrity.
Definitely, because the thing about you were a real trailblazer because you were out there getting your photograph taken, doing all of these things. You were one of the first influencers before that was even a thing.
Yes.
Because it hadn't happened yet.
I've always been ahead of my time.
Yeah, but you sort of got it. You sort of got it. But what I like about you is, and you can tell with me talking to you and in the book as well, you're canny, as we say in Scotland. You're not daft at all.
No.
So you had this kind of persona. So there's Paris, that's you, that's the mother and the wife and all the rest of it. And then there's Paris in the pink with the blonde hair and labelled a bubblehead and all these things. But you played up to that.
Just like I say, I'm not a dumb blonde, just very good at pretending to be one.
And that's the thing, and you have to look at it as a game, I suppose, but it can be very damaging. You look what happened to Britney Spears, what she's been through, and you talk about that as well. The fact that, you know, you were at the wedding and she has found happiness.
Yes.
It's taken her a long time and a lot of trauma, and that's what I was talking about, the sisterhood. You know, you've all gone through a lot and you all understand each other.
Yes. I'm so happy for her. She deserves all the happiness in the world. She's one of the kindest people I've ever known.
The one thing that comes through this as well, which I was surprised about, Paris, was how important music is to you and always has been.
I've always loved music. I played the violin and piano since I was a little girl. I've always loved to sing. And now I'm in the studio doing my second album, so it's just been incredible.
Do you think people, because they can't really put you in a pigeonhole, you know, they can't really say, OK, she's a model, OK, she's a DJ, you know, she sings, she does all of these things. It's like they don't know what to do with you. They don't know where to put you, do you know? Because everybody likes to do that. Everybody's like, so, oh, she does that.
Yeah.
Therefore, she's not allowed to do this. And that's not true. You try everything.
I feel like you can be anything. You could be a mom, you could be a businesswoman, you could be a singer, you could be an artist, you could do it all.
After kissing a lot of frogs, you finally got your prince.
Yes.
And what a prince he is.
He really is.
Did you know right away he was the one?
It was...
Because
I knew right away. We've been friends for so long, but I feel like timing is everything. Yeah. And I had such walls around my heart. And it wasn't until my documentary that those walls came coming down. And Carter definitely made them crashing down.
And of course, having a baby.
Yes.
That changes you. Do you feel that you've changed in many ways since becoming a mum?
Definitely. I just feel, my life feels so complete. I feel just so excited for the future, and he's just everything to me.
There's been many things, and again, you know, you talk about it in the memoir. There's been lots of lovely times, brilliant times, amazing moments. You've travelled the world, you've done all these incredible things. And then really low times. And I guess the lowest, and interestingly, you know, Pamela Anderson, we had the documentary out about her, was when that sex tape surfaced. And that was a betrayal by somebody you went out with.
It's been heartbreaking, and it will affect my family and I for the rest of my life.
It was horrible. I mean, that's the worst thing, I think, that one of the worst things that anybody can do to you. The best revenge on anyone is living your best life, isn't it?
It's living your best life, as I would say.
Absolutely, exactly. That's what you do. I like that. I like that. I shall use that. I
love that.
I shall definitely lose that. Yes. Janette and Aljaž are talking to us for the first time this morning, but brilliant news. You're expecting a baby later this year in August. And I think I've never seen anyone more excited.
Yeah.
Than me? Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Remember when his sister had our nieces, Tisa and Zala, he was going around everybody saying, I'm an uncle, I'm an uncle. But now to be a dad is next level.
It's wonderful. And how have you been coping during the pregnancy, Aljaž?
It's been a really interesting process so far, but I'm just amazed by it all, really. You know, you read about it, you do your research, you want to be really supportive, you want to know everything that you possibly can. But then just every day, all you just want to do is hold the belly.
He's actually been sick more than I have.
Yeah.
So we keep making the joke, we really are pregnant together. Because he's, you know,
You're
being
both
sick.
in this together. That is the cutest little baby bump I have ever seen in my life. It's absolutely glorious. And how are you feeling? You feeling okay?
I'm feeling good. I mean, I don't take for granted how lucky I've been with this pregnancy, because everything has been so smooth. We just got back from the doctors not long ago that the baby's absolutely fine. And it's
Such
been
a relief,
it's been very good.
And you don't want to tell everybody until you've got that reassurance.
Yes, exactly.
That's the thing.
Yeah.
Because you did have to sort of not keep it secret, I don't mean that, but, you know, there's a time, and it's up to you two to choose when you say when it is. So it's quite difficult to keep it secret.
It was, but the only people we told were our parents and siblings on Christmas Day.
Oh, wow, what a present.
So we had to, because we were in Miami with my family, and I thought, when am I ever going to have the chance on Christmas Day to give them this news? So that was the only people we told, but everybody else we waited until at least that 12-week mark.
But in reality, we just forgot to buy the presents, so we sort of compromised with that one.
We've got you a cracking present.
One for you all.
Money can't buy this brilliant present. No, but it is lovely. And you're still, obviously, you were working right up until, I mean, obviously still
working.
now.
Yeah. And I did the Strictly Live tour. That was tough to keep hidden because obviously on the Strictly Live tour we're on stage and we're out every night and we're having the best time. So I made sure to wear this very big yellow dress, oversized suit, just in case. All of them started getting a bit of an inch, idea. They're like, "Well, you sure you don't want to have a glass of wine with us tonight?"
Aljaž, listen, we're just going to change your mic, little one, because we'll just give you another one. Thank you, Glenn.
Thanks.
That's grand. Thank
Lovely,
you.
nice to see you again. What a lovely... hello.
We've got you in stereo where we can hear you loud and clear now, which
Sorry
is
about that.
very important. You're billed as Eddie in that one, but we know that you like Susie. You're trying Susie.
Well, since the age of 10...
Tell me about Susie, because you love the name, right?
Yeah, when I was 10, I just thought, I think it was To Sir with Love, Sidney Poitier film, Susie Kendall was in that.
Susie
S-U-Z-Y.
Yes.
And I just thought, I'd like to have that name. But of course, at that time, I wasn't telling anyone, I knew I was what it seems now to be trans. I couldn't define it when I was a young kid. But I just sort of think, well, that's not happening. Then I took off as Eddie, and I thought, well, it doesn't matter. And then it's got Edward John in my passport. So I just thought, why don't I add Susie in there?
Yeah.
And then there's all this people not showing what to say. And I said, well, I prefer Susie, but I don't mind Eddie. I prefer she, her, don't mind he, him. Right. No one can make a mistake with me unless they call me Gregory or Sabrina. And then that's not quite right.
That's not quite right. And you would have to correct them.
Everything else, no one can make a mistake, and they could choose. So I
you're
thought I'd make
quite
it
relaxed.
really easy.
You're relaxed about it. Because you know it's difficult for trans people right now. It's got really toxic and it's really hard.
Well, the interesting thing is I was talking to a gay activist friend of mine from Salt Lake City, where they have a great LGBTQ group there working, a bunch of activists. And he said, well, the tough time that trans people are going through now, and the arguments, there weren't any arguments 20 years ago, and gay and lesbian arguments about marriage equality, all about that, they were going through that. And this is just the time we have to go through to get to the better time. Yeah, I'm sure of this. I am sure of this, because when I came out 38 years ago, 85, I keep adding an extra year as the years go on, no one was talking at all about trans people. We were non-people, we were toxic people, we were just other. And we were not in a conversation. Now the conversation is happening, quite heated, but this idea of culture wars, I think it's wrong. I think that's the right wing just stirring things up.
Sure.
Most people, when I was campaigning in Sheffield to be an MP, most people just said, hello, Eddie, how are you doing? Good to see you.
Yeah.
And they were lovely and chatty, and
Sure.
it is like, I think 90-95% of the country, maybe the world, are just saying, live and let live.
Oh, absolutely.
It's your own personal self.
100%.
You're being your authentic self.
Yeah.
And then there's 2 to 5% of people who want to stir it up and get angry and shout and get very angry on the internet, which I just ignore.
You mentioned Sheffield.
Yes.
Didn't quite get there.
Yep.
But that's not put you off.
No. As I said, I'm going into politics. I'm going to push and push and push and push until I become an MP. I mean, if Boris Johnson, who was...
Well, come on. Indeed.
lied and got all the way up to Prime Minister, so until the Tory party said, enough lies. That's 5,721. That's the line. And so I don't know why we should believe him now after yesterday's thing. But, yeah, I'm just going to carry on, because coming out was truthful. At least, I was telling the truth back 38 years ago when I said, this is me, this is what's inside me. So that's, it's difficult to be a politician. It's difficult to live a good and positive life. I've tried, if people track back through my life, I've tried to do things that are positive, doing gigs in different languages, running marathons, raising money. I've just tried to be upfront and play with a straight bat.
A straight bat.
As they say in
it's quite
cricket.
difficult to say.
Sometimes with a straight bat, but more with a straight bat.
But the thing is, you've got this amazing, amazing global career, hugely successful, and it's kind of like you're willing to kind of put that aside in order to do what you believe in, to stand as an MP. I mean, that's remarkable, because it's like a burning building that you're running towards. Most people are running away.
Well, politics, if you think politics is tough now, it's always been tough. Go back through history, it's always been, some things have been OK, but some things have been horrible. Well, why is that? Why can't we change that? Think of the slavery, all the arguments trying to get through slavery, and some people saying, no, they tended to be right-wingers, no, let's keep slavery. And everyone else is saying, we've got to get rid of this horrendous thing. So I want to go in because I can communicate. I have a vision of the future, which is everyone has the right to a fair chance in life. That's everyone in our country, in our continent, and in our world. 8 billion people. Right now, they have the right to a fair chance in life. We just have to let them have it.
Yeah.
And if we don't do it this century, I don't think we're going to make it as as human beings because we just this endless toxic thing of everyone turning everyone against each other. The you know, live and let live. That's the way to have lives, and try and be positive. I don't know the meaning of life. I'm not sure what the meaning of life is, but some I don't think there is necessarily a meaning of life. But some people put meaning into life, and some people take meaning out of life.
Oh, that's a very wise thing to say.
I think you put meaning into life. I think anyone positive saying yes, run some marathons, raise some money, try something. That's putting meaning into life. But I don't think there's an intrinsic thing that says this is what life means. But some of us really try to do something positive.
Keep doing it. Keep doing what you're doing, and we can actually see you. And you're fine with Eddie or Susie.
Yeah.
It's fine. It's absolutely, see, I love that.
No one can make a mistake.
No one can make a mistake, but you can see Eddie. Great expectations from the 24th of May. As you know, lots of scientists have got together with their white coats on and serious expressions, and they have found that you are the world's most handsome man. Congratulations on that. Congratulations to your parents also. But what it mustn't take away from that, it's lovely, but at the end of the day, you're a really good actor, and that's kind of what is more important, I guess.
I mean, you use all of the colours on your palette when making your art, and I'm glad to have that perception in there somewhere. I'm sure it's useful to someone somewhere. It was news to me. It was news to everyone else. But, you know, I'll take it as it goes.
Yeah, absolutely, and why not? Of course, we loved you in Bridgerton. It was such an enormous hit all over the world, and it was beautifully, beautifully done. It did get a little bit out of hand, though, because you were shooting Dungeons and Dragons in Belfast, and the radio station was saying, where is it? People were looking for you. Like, people were getting points for spotting you out and about when you were filming.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
It got a little bit... It got a little bit odd, a little bit much. I remember that was one of the moments I realised that things had changed after that show. I landed to shoot this movie, Dungeons & Dragons, and our driver turned on the radio, and they were essentially running a Where's Wally competition. They were just like, we know he's in town, we know he's in the country, call us in if you know where he is. And so I'm glad that folks were having fun. I mostly holed up in my hotel at that point, just kind of processed what that all meant. But every now and then, folks would just like jump out of the bushes on the sea path and be like, "Hello, welcome to Belfast." And I'd be like, "That's a very energetic welcome, thank you."
I know it is, but it was a wonderful thing to be part of, and of course it has, you know, led you to be doing things like Dungeons and Dragons and many, many other things in the future. Next time, come in and see me. Enjoy just all of the attention. Enjoy being the most beautiful thing in the world, and just keep doing what you're doing. Lovely to talk to you today. Thank you, gorgeous. Well, no, scientists, Regé.
Thank you very much.
It wasn't just me, it was scientists. Thank you, gorgeous. Great to talk to you. Thank you so much. Oh, what a lovely, lovely
Thank you very much. My pleasure.
And you can see Dungeons and Dragons, Honour Amongst Thieves in cinemas from next Friday. Honestly, it was a scientific fact. So there.